apart from that, massive focus is having a baseline approach to things, let's say, of love, kindness, compassion, all this stuff intertwined. Because again, my mind has the tendency sometimes to come from an ego-centric point of view, think about control, what's in it for me, frustration, kind of losing control over things that feel important to me, but they're all just temporary stuff that's never really mine anyway. So switching all that crap, all that stress, all that energy being wasted to love, to just, okay, how can I maybe improve the quality of this interaction for someone? How can I add to someone's day? How can I give something? Oh, it's so practical. It's not even, love has a wishy-washy label with it, and it's just so practical. Showing love, so practical. I really do implore that you try showing love instead of when you usually show frustration, anger, resentment, all that stuff. Show love and see practically if it's more effective. So highly linked to love would be compassion. So this is like not judging people. Again, I'm getting much better, but my mind will still come in sometimes. Judge. It doesn't serve anything, and it closes you off, in fact. So instead, when people are being, let's say, negative, in order to actually help them more get out of their own illusions, I think, again, love and compassion is the best way to do that, most practical way to do that. That's the only way that if they see you acting like that, they're going to maybe think, oh, hang on a minute, maybe all this anger, resentment, all this negative, controlling behaviour, weak, insecure behaviour, maybe isn't serving me. Because if you just match fire with your own insecurity, it's not going to solve anything. Another learning point is gratitude. Again, I've improved with it, but I'd let it slip a little bit, so it's just re-emphasised how powerful it is just to be grateful for all the small stuff that's going on. So I've got back on track with my gratitude diary, doing daily entries. And yeah, honestly, if you haven't tried it already, I might have mentioned this in a few other videos that you've seen, try writing down at the end of each day just a few things that you're grateful for. But don't just write them down willy-nilly and not connect with it. You have to connect with it, otherwise you might as well be writing hieroglyphics. And when you connect with it, I guarantee, again, you will feel happier. You will feel more at peace. The last learning point or focus that I got, again, I'm going to share with you, is to show vulnerability, show weakness. I realised, again, there's a part of my mind that's still quite against showing vulnerability. It doesn't like to be criticised, doesn't like to expose itself, to be judged. There was a deeper level, a deeper fear of judgment which I uncovered, which I wasn't as aware of as before. So again, it's brought it right up to my awareness, and now I can really tackle it in the day-to-day world. So I'm aiming to be quicker at showing vulnerability. Because again, it's just a lot of energy trying to hide that all the time. Hide who you really are and what you're really about. It doesn't mean that you have to go and just shout to the world everything and share all your secrets and all that kind of stuff. But it just means not hiding, not when the authentic occasion arises to express yourself, that you hide. You're actually just okay with letting that go and being strong by being vulnerable, not weak, but being strong. Okay, so I'm going to leave you now, but before I go, I want you to have a think about taking the emphasis and focus off you and your own world so much, because I realise the more that you're involved in your own problems and issues, think about how much of your day is spent ruminating on these things. But the more you can move away from that and move to something that is bigger than yourself, right? Something where you can just be a beacon of love, of encouragement, of support for other people. That is so practical again in two ways, because in one way it really removes all this stress and crap and mental chatter about your own issues and problems of where am I going to be, what am I going to do, this, blah, 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 blah. And then secondly, it actually helps and serves other people, so it helps other people feel better. So yeah, have a think about that, and I really, really, really do hope this has inspired you to go and spend some time in silence, some time in reflection, because I guarantee you spend, if any person spent, let's say, a week in solitude, they would get far, far, far more clarity and insight about themselves, about what they want to be doing, about the world, far more clarity than if they spent 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years seeking stuff externally, and never letting their mind reach a space of clarity where there's no chatter, right? If you don't allow the space to happen, then you're never going to get any answers. We've got the wrong approach in this Western world where we're trying to outthink our problems. And I know it sounds logical to do that, but we've actually got to think less. We've got to allow the space to come in to actually find the solutions.